Hello guys, welcome on this new Coach Dev Academy Live Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez and today we are on Jerez with the 718 GT4 for the week 7 of the Falcon Sports Car Series. So as usual, first we're going to go with the hot lap and then I'm going to go into more details about the track and the car. So yep, let's go. Okay guys, here we go for the lap with the Porsche and Jerez. So T1, basically just using the curbing as pretty much the line and my braking reference. So as soon as I'm going past the beginning of the curb, I will go on the brakes. Need to brake a bit hard for this one because it's really easy to go with too much speed, and I think it goes a bit off camber on the exit. So yeah, the main target is to really nail the entry, so then you have a good exit. Otherwise, if you're too wide as well, you will have a bad traction. Then for this one, just trying to be smooth on my inputs and not being too aggressive. As you can see, just trying to manage a bit the throttle on the exit, and then using most of the curb on the exit. Now for this one, just using the bridge as a braking reference. So I'm just gonna brake under the bridge. Same for this one, not braking too heavily because I don't want to run into the ABS, and then just trying to get as much as I can from the curbing on the inside, just not going on the kind of sausage green curb. So as you can see, just staying away from it, and then just trying to have a kind of tight exit for this one. Because yeah, I mean it gets a bit tight for the exit. I mean you can't really see it. Now you can see it like it's getting a bit tight. Even if you could cut my things through the blue painted area, but I prefer to have a kind of tight exit. Also because then it means I have to put like usual more angle in the middle, but then I can straighten the wheel a bit more on the exit and then have a better traction. And yeah, this corner is it's really in this one actually to have wheel spin. So yeah, that's why I'm doing that way on this one. Then using most of the track on the inside, just using almost all of the blue painted, and then just going to the right side of the track for the first left hander of the corner of the track. Sorry, and then basically I'm just going a bit later for the apex on this one because if I go too early, then I have to put more steering angle, like at least in the first half of the corner, which means I will maybe kill a bit the front tires and also having too much understeer. So as you can see, just lifting a bit, actually, I'm not really going into the brakes for it. It's not really necessary maybe for the apex, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, now as you can see, just on power, just managing, just trying to find the rotation. Also, yeah, if I brake, actually, I will just kill the momentum. So main thing is to just manage the power and then just trying to use like the blue area on the left side of the curbing. Puts a bit the car on rails actually, so it's a bit better to rotate the car as well. And then for the exit, just trying to keep my left wheels, I think, on the curbing or maybe just on the white line. I think pretty easy to get enough track from this as well. So yeah, just trying to not go too wide basically. But yeah, if you keep, I think, your left wheels on the curbing, it's all good. So yeah, and just make sure you are not going too wide for this one. And then need to quickly move to the left side, just looking at the exit road on the right side, the blue exit road. So as a braking reference. So as you can see, when it goes to the edge of my screen, like you can still see a bit of the exit road, but I'm already on the brakes. I'm just going a bit stronger on the early part of the corner, but then I need to quickly go to the on power because as you can see, it's going uphill all the way. Just on the exit where it goes a bit downhill, but yeah, you do like most of the corner as uphill, so you have to be really early on power, obviously, to carry the momentum. As you can see, just trying to manage the power, just to try to find a rotation, also getting really close, going really close of the cabin on the inside to reduce the distance. And then it's like almost mid corner, it's flat out basically when you have settled the car and stuff. And like at that point, it's really well settled on the inside, so I can go on power fully, and also because the wheel is straight almost from the middle of the corner. So then for the exit, just have to focus on the track limits, like the first fast left hander we saw. So it's the same for the track limit on the exit. And then you have that long straight, and then you have the 100-meter board as a braking reference, which is also it depends if you are watching the 100-meter board or if you are watching the white line on the track on the runoff. You can use both. It's the same. So then EV braking zone, just trying to meet the apex now. It's the main target. It's pretty easy on this one to overshoot, so make sure you are not braking too late as well. And then for this one, same approach, just trying to go a bit wider on the entry, and then just trying to close the steering, trying to straighten the wheel then on the exit to find most of the traction. Then using a bit of the exit curb on the exit, but it's not really necessary to use it that much actually. So yeah, it's not very interesting to go all the way wide, but yeah, that way it's fine. Then just need to move quickly to the right hand side of the track to then take this left fast corner. Same as the first left corner we saw, just using a bit the blue painted on the left side. It puts the car a bit on race, like it doesn't feel like it gives you a big advantage, but I think it gives you quite a bit actually to make sure the car rotates a bit easier. Then moving to the right side, just using the curb, and then for this one, just entering a bit later, it's like the same. It's pretty much similar to the first left one, just entering a bit later for this one, then dropping to third, find the rotation and also slow down the car. And then I'm not using actually on this one, not using the blue painted because I think for this one the car will be a bit too unstable actually for this one. So I prefer to just stay with the curbing for this time and not really use this one because I don't think it gives you that much of an advantage, because if the car gets a bit loose, then you have to carry the speed through this one. So if you have to lift because the car gets unstable, it's not worth it at all. So yeah, for me, I just prefer to stay on a normal line, I would say, and just using third gear, just using a bit of the curbing, and then just trying to not exit too wide because then the next right hander arrives very quickly. So then just staying away from that curve. Then need to move quickly to the left side of the track, and then as you can see, there is like a sort of Argentina flag on the left, like it's just missing the star in the middle or the sun. I don't know what's in the Argentina flag, but it pretty much looks like it. So basically, I'm gonna use this as a braking reference. So as you can see, when I'm getting really close of this, just going on the brakes, then you have to slow down quite a lot of the car because it can get very understeer on this one, and also because then if you go too wide, it's enough track. So main target is to slow down quite a lot the car, and then as you can see, just gonna as soon as I'm putting more steering angle, I will just release the brakes to find the rotation, and then as you can see, I'm just playing with the power to find the rotation, just putting my right wheels on the curbing, and then same approach for this one. But I think I'm not braking actually, just maybe a bit on the entry to just place the car, but then I'm just playing with the power to find the rotation. Same, just putting my right wheels on the curbing for the exit. And then this one is pretty interesting. It's a fast corner, but you have to be really patient actually because it gets a bit tight on the exit. So main target is to really play with the throttle to find first to slow down a bit the car, but also to find the rotation. Otherwise, if you stay flat, I mean, you cannot make it flat, but if you have too much power, you will just go off the track with the understeer. So just going a bit back on the entry. So as you can see there, at that point, you have a sort of bump at this point, so I'm just gonna use this as a turning in reference. Then going half power, trying to find the rotation, using maybe a bit of grass on the apex to make it rotate a little bit, but just trying to avoid that, avoid to go too deep on the inside because then it can be an off track. So then using this and then still playing with the power to not reach the track limit, just staying on the limit, just using once again the curbing with my right wheels. And then this one is flat. As you can see, it's a really fast section, so you really have to be quick on the steering. Make sure you are aware of everything, and then same as usual, just putting the right wheels on the curbing. And then for the last corner of the entry, I will just use like you have the 100-meter board, but actually I'm not using this one. I'm using this white line on the track as a braking reference. So I guess I'm braking like as soon as it disappears under the bonnet or the dashboard, I would say. And then just on the brakes, trying to not eat too much of the ABS, then just aiming for the apex, as you can see early on the apex. Like as soon as the curbing arrives on the track, I'm just trying to use it. So yeah, it's a bit difficult because it seems like a bit of camber as well, so it's really tricky to make it, but the main target is to not brake too late. So as you can see, just releasing the brakes, trying to find the rotation, and then as soon as I'm mid-car, not just going on power, a bit aggressively to find the rotation. And then for the exit, it's again the same, just stay with the at least with two wheels on the blue and white curbing, otherwise it can be an off track. And yeah guys, that's it for the lap around Jerez with the Porsche 718 GT4. Okay guys, that's it for today with the 718 GT4 and Jerez for the week 7 of the Falcon Sports Car Series. Hope you enjoyed the video and you learned a bit from it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the Discord server if you have any questions about the work we're doing. And yes, see you next time for our next flag guide. Bye bye.